Chapter 2, Population. The term population refers to all the people who live in a particular country. The world population is increasing every day. So today we are going to learn about geography. So start our geography period. So starting with population. The term population refers to all the people who live in a particular area. The world population is increasing every day. At the present, the population of the world stands at 7.5 billion in 2016 alone. These figures increased by more than 80 million people. The situation is very frightening as the planet does not have the resources to feed and clothe so many people. Distribution of population. China has the largest population in the world, with over 1.38 billion people, followed by India with over 1.34 billion people, and the USA with over 326 million people, and Indonesia with over 263 million people. On the other hand, the island nation of the Pacific Ocean has the population of just a few thousand. Continent-wise, Asia has the largest population with over 4.4 billion people, followed by Africa with over 1.24 billion people. Europe has over 738 million people. North America has 579 million people. South America has over 422 million people. And Oceania, Australia, New Zealand and the Pacific island of Fiji, Papua New Guinea, Vanuatu, Samoa, etc. has over 39 million people. So, as we know that China has the largest population in the world and India has the second largest population in the world. मीन्स इन 2016 में पूरे वर्ल्ड की जो पॉपुलेशन थी वो 80 मिलियन पीपल तक आ गई थी और ये बहुत डेंजरस हो गया था क्योंकि हमारे धरती पे ज़्यादा रिसोर्सेस नहीं थे उन्हें फीड करने के लिए. आज 2020 में 1800 बिलियन पीपल लोग पूरे दुनिया में रह रहे हैं. पता नहीं लेकिन किस हालत में रह रहे हैं. Important features of population. To better understand the population of a country, we need to learn some important terms given below. Birth rate is number of live births per year. Per thousand of the population, the formula for calculating birth rate is number of births by total population into 1000. Now, if we want to calculate the number of the population birth rate of the world of a particular area, so we have to calculate the number of the birth by total population into 1000. This gives us the death rate. So death rate, birth rate. So death rate is the number of death per year per thousand of the population. The formula for calculating death rate is number of death by total population into 1000. Life expectancy is the number of years that the people is likely to live. Similarly, the formula for calculating death rate of a particular region is called the number of deaths by total population into 1000. Population density. So, population density refers to the number of the people living in the unit area of the space such a square kilometer. Means the density of the population means that the number of the people which live, मतलब हर एक स्क्वायर किलोमीटर पे जितने पीपल रहते हैं उसको कहते हैं पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी. मतलब एक स्क्वायर किलोमीटर पे अगर 1200 लोग रहते हैं तो उसे 1200 वहाँ की पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी हो गई. Factors affecting the population of a place. There are various factors that affect the population of a place. Let's discuss some of these in the following figure. Birth rate and death rate. The high birth rate in a country leads to an increase in the population and a high death rate causes a decrease in the population. There was an increase in human population in Europe and North America during the Industrial Revolution in the 18th century. This was not only because of the birth rate increase but also because the death rate started to fall. Death rate declined as the new development in agriculture practices and transformation technology increased the food supply and reduced the danger of famine. Public health and living standard has improved due to new technology and industrial development. Means as the technology grows fast, we got newer technology, and this increased the life expectancy of the people living in the world. So this can also be say that technology and medical improvement help us in improve the people life. So let us come on to our another topic. In some countries, declining birth rate in an increased death rate and an increase in death rate have led to a decline in the population size. In India, the high birth rate was led to the population explosion. The high birth rate is due to several factors like low marriageable age, religion and social beliefs, illiteracy and ignorance means in India, and poverty. गरीबी है भारत में, मतलब शादी करने का कम उम्र है, मतलब रिलीजन लोग भगवानों पे भरोसा करते हैं, और यहाँ की इनलिटरेसी मतलब अंधविश्वास और इग्नोरेंस. In India, the death rate has steadily declined in independence due to factor like. अब इंडिया में 1947 के बाद जो डेथ रेट थे वो नीचे गिरते गए. कैसे, सुनाता हूँ. इम्प्रूव्ड मेडिकल फैसिलिटीज एंड हेल्थ केयर, बेटर मैनेजमेंट ऑफ नेचुरल डिजास्टर, बेटर पब्लिक हेल्थ, hygiene and sanitation facilities, better control of famines, reduction in major killer disease like cholera, tuberculosis, etc. Better control of epidemics, spread of education and immunization programs. Immigration and emigration. The population of a place is greatly impacted by factors like immigration and emigration. The process of coming to live permanently in another country that is no one own is called immigration into a country. We can also call this into a country. The process of leaving one's country to go and live permanently in another country is called emigration, where people exit a country. When people immigrate to a country, the population of that country increase. The population of a place declines when people immigrate from a country. Influx of refugees. Refugees at different countries at different times also increase the population of a country. India was always open its borders to all people who come looking for safety and shelter. These are people from Tibet, Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Myanmar living in India. Means the people which wanted a safer countries from the another country, they come and live to India, and India has always opens its border for the country. Urbanization. Immigration from the rural areas to the urban areas has been continuous process. It happened earlier in the development countries and is happening today in developing countries always. Immigration has a magnificent impact upon the population growth. When a country is highly urbanized and the birth rate tends to rise and the death rates tend to fall, there is an increase in the birth rate as the people have more access to medical care in the cities than in rural areas, and hence in fact mortality falls and the death rate rises. However, in the urban areas, birth rate also decline as the government launches awareness campaigns and setups in the plans small families. Death rate decline. However, in urban area, birth rate also decline as the government launches awareness campaigns and set up family planning programs to help people plan small families. Death rate decline in urban area because of the better medical and education services and most reliable food supplies. This is often not the case in remote rural areas, so death rates fall in urban areas. As a result, there is a population growth due to the urbanization. Agriculture development. So also in the urban area, मतलब जो शहरी इलाका होता है उसमें डेथ रेट हाई नहीं होता मरने के चांसेस, क्योंकि वहाँ पे ज़्यादा मेडिकल फैसिलिटी बहुत ज़्यादा है. आपको हर गली गली में हॉस्पिटल्स या फिर क्लिनिक मिल जाएंगे, और वहीं रूरल एरिया में उतने फैसिलिटी नहीं होते गांव देहात में. इसीलिए आदमी जल्दी वहाँ, जैसे सांप काट लिया तो अब आपको शहर जाना होगा 50 किलोमीटर दूर जाना, तब तक इंसान की तो जान ही निकल जाती होगी. तो इसीलिए ऐसा कुछ है. एग्रीकल्चर डेवलपमेंट में अब आइए. मतलब खेती पतार में कैसे डेवलपमेंट हुआ. Changes and development in agriculture method have led to the increased agriculture production. The mechanization of the agriculture has freed up workers from the farm. This had encouraged the industrialization which needs lots of workers. It tends to promote high birth rate. Moreover, the increased agriculture production has reduced the death due to the famine, thereby causing the population to grow. So, education plays an important role in determining the level of the population growth in a country. Simple programs in hygiene and can reduce death rate, while family planning programs can reduce birth rate. The government in various countries have launched massive awareness campaigns on the population growth and help people to plan families. Eventually, the educational awareness level of the people has also impact and the growth of the population. So in education, education भी population increase में बहुत अहम रोल निभाता है, क्योंकि जैसे जैसे people educate होते जाते हैं वो नए नए आइडिया लाते हैं. मतलब गवर्नमेंट अलग अलग कंट्रीज में जैसे जैसे पीपल एजुकेट होंगे वैसे वैसे नए आइडियाज़ लाएंगे ताकि मतलब डेथ रेट को कैसे डिक्लाइन किया जाए. तो ऐसे ऐसे जैसे डॉक्टर बन गए तो और भी नए मेडिकल फैसिलिटीज़ का इन्वेंशन किया. तो एजुकेशन इस तरीके से कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट रोल निभाता है. अब टोपोग्राफी एंड क्लाइमेट ऑफ ए प्लेस. Population also grows in areas where the land and flat is available and is cultivable and water is available in plenty for both agriculture and domestic purposes. The cities that grows on the banks of the rivers have high population. The climate of a place also an important factor in determining the population growth. If the climate is pleasant, it will attract population. Population of a place growth if it is easily accessible by various kinds of roads, rivers and railway lines. Employment opportunity. The population of a place growth if there are prospects for employment. Mines and industries in the area are potential sources of employment and therefore encourage population growth. Overpopulation is a very undesirable condition where the number of the people in a particular area exceeds the ability of resources to meet the needs of all people in an area. In an overpopulated environment, the number of the people might be more than the available essential materials for survival, such as food, clothes, water, shelter, transport and other amenities. And now underpopulation. Underpopulation occurs when the size of the population is small in relation to the available resources of a country. So अंडर पॉपुलेशन तब होता है जब पॉपुलेशन जो वहाँ की होती है तो वो छोटे साइज़ में रहती है और उस कंट्री के अंदर रहती है. ऐसे इन्वायरमेंट में भी कुछ नहीं होगा और ज़्यादा इन्वायरमेंट को वो पॉल्यूशन नहीं होगा. लेकिन यहाँ के कुछ नेगेटिव इफ़ेक्ट हैं, यानी कि अगर लेबर कम होगा तो प्रोडक्टिविटी भी कम होगी, इसीलिए थोड़ा सा वो दिक्कत हो जाएगा इकोनॉमी में वहाँ के. कंपोजिशन ऑफ ए पॉपुलेशन. Population composition or demographic structure refers to the physical, socio-culture and the economic attribute of the population such as age, place of residence, language, religion, material status, literacy, etc. These are the characters of the population which are measurable and help in distinguishing one group from another. Let us read about two of these characteristics. So, rural and urban composition. The population of a country may be classified into rural and urban on the basis of a people resides. And urban. The urban areas generally have a higher population density. People living in this area have usually engaged in secondary and tertiary activities such as trade, transport, etc. So, studying the population help us to, we have come to the end of the chapter. So, the last point says that studying the population help us to understand how it shapes the world in different ways. Harnessing the people correctly in an important task of the government. It plays a big role in the development of a country. Means population की पढ़ाई करने से हमें बताएगा कि वो हम अलग अलग देशों को कैसे शेप देता है. और जो पीपल वहाँ के जो होते हैं वो सही है कि गलत है वो। और ये जो पॉपुलेशन है ये एक पर्टिकुलर कंट्री के डेवलपमेंट में भी बहुत बड़ा हाथ बटाती है। तो कुछ इस तरीके का भी है। और डेवलप्ड कंट्री जितने भी हो गए हैं दुनिया में, इन कंट्रीज़ का डेथ रेट और बर्थ रेट दोनों हाई हैं, मतलब दोनों सेम है। क्योंकि जैसे जैसे पीपल एजुकेट होते हैं, यानी कि मतलब इसका रीज़न कोई नहीं आज तक समझा है कि वहाँ डेथ रेट क्यों है। लेकिन जापान में जो है एक एवरेज पीपल 112 ईयर्स तक जीता है। तो ये कुछ ऐसे कारण हैं जिससे शायद और जापान में बहुत लॉयल लोग भी रहते हैं। यानी कि आप 10 करोड़ का बैग ज़मीन पे रख दें तो उसे कोई नहीं उठाएगा, उसे उठा के सीधे पुलिस स्टेशन में दे दिया जाएगा। और ऐसा करना भी चाहिए। और वहाँ के बच्चों को क्लास LKG से 3 तक तो मैं कहा था कि वहाँ के बच्चों को क्लास LKG से 3 तक कैसे समाज में उठें, कैसे बैठे, ये सब सिखाया जाता है। इसलिए वहाँ के लोग इतने लॉयल होते हैं। और हंसना भी वहाँ के लोग सही समझते हैं। तो ये सब था। और ये बने रहिएगा, अच्छे से इस चैप्टर को पढ़ाई कर लीजिएगा। और ये चैप्टर बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है 9 क्लास के लिए भी, 8 क्लास के लिए भी। तो कुछ यही सब इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट्स थे जो चैप्टर के लिए नेसेसरी हैं। और इसे पढ़ लीजिएगा ताकि आपको अच्छा नॉलेज हो। अगला चैप्टर हम लोग माइग्रेशन के बारे में लाएंगे, उसके बाद सीधे फ्रेंच रिवॉल्यूशन पे चला जाएगा। क्योंकि सिविक्स में आपका बस 4 चैप्टर है, इसे फटाक से पढ़ लिया जाएगा। पहला इंडियन गवर्नमेंट का टॉपिक है और दूसरा यूनाइटेड नेशंस का टॉपिक है। तो इस टॉपिक्स को हम लोग फटाक से पढ़ लिया जाएगा। और यही सब कुछ था पॉपुलेशन चैप्टर में, और कुछ नहीं था। अच्छे से इसे पढ़ाई ज़रूर कर लीजिएगा, याद से इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट्स को नोट करके रख लीजिएगा। सारे रूरल अर्बन कॉम्पोजिशन को भी अच्छे से आप लोग नोट करके रख लीजिएगा। सो ये सब थे, बहुत अच्छा पॉइंट्स थे। जो कमियां हैं पॉपुलेशन की वो सब भी नोट कर लीजिएगा, और बाकी सब भी नोट कर लीजिएगा। तो ठीक है, गुड बाय। और एक और बात, स्टे सेफ, स्टे एट होम। और इस वीडियो के सहारे आप पढ़ाई कर सकते हैं होम पे ही। और अच्छे से रहिएगा, सब कुछ अच्छे से करिएगा। घर पे रहेंगे तो सुरक्षित रहेंगे, बाहर जाएंगे तो खतरा होगा। तो बाय माय स्टूडेंट्स, सो आई एम ग्लैड टू नो, सब्सक्राइब माय चैनल एंड लाइक एंड share it so your buddy can also